Welcome to Physics Lab. In today's lab, we will find the density of water by pouring out a certain amount of volume. We'll change the value of the volume in the graduated cylinder, and then we'll measure the corresponding mass of the graduated cylinder. By drawing a graph between volume on the x-axis and mass on the y-axis, we would be able to find the density of water. The things that we need for this lab are three very simple things. We have a graduated cylinder, and you can see that the scale on the graduated cylinder goes up to 100 ml. So the maximum full scale reading for this graduated cylinder is 100 ml. And note that 1 ml is the same as 1 centimeter cube. So 100 ml is the same as 100 centimeter cube. Also notice that the smallest division is 1 milliliter. So from 90 ml to 100 ml, there are 10 divisions in between. So each division is 1 ml or 1 centimeter cube. So the least count of the graduated cylinder is 1 centimeter cube or 1 ml. The next thing that we will use is a digital balance. Now on the digital balance, you can see that it has a capacity of 1000 grams, so that would be its full scale reading, and then right underneath it says graduation is 0.1 gram, so that would be its least count. Now I have turned it on, and you can see that the reading right now is 0.0 gram, and again that tells me that it can measure up to 0.1 of a gram. And then the third thing we have is simply some water in a beaker. We'll start by pouring out about 15 ml of the water into the graduated cylinder, and you do not need to be very exact. If it's a little more or little less, that's okay, but we just don't want to put too much in there. So you can see that in the graduated cylinder right now I have about 14 ml of water. So the volume in the graduated cylinder at this point is 14 ml, and now I will find the mass of this water with the graduated cylinder. So this will give me not just the mass of the water, it will also give me the mass of the graduated cylinder. So with 15 ml of water, the mass is 132.9 gram. So first set of readings is 14 ml is the volume, and 132.9 is the mass. So next I'm going to pour another approximately 15 ml. So I want to stop around 30. It could be a little more than 30, could be a little less than 30, that doesn't matter, as long as I am in the round about 30 mark. So I see that the volume of water now in the graduated cylinder is 32 centimeter cube or 32 ml, and the mass is 149.9. So volume is 32 and the mass is 149.9 gram. So I would pour again another 15 ml. So I want to stop somewhere around 45. So the volume of water is 44 ml, and the mass is 162.7. So 44 ml or 44 centimeter cube, both mean the same thing, and the mass is 162.7. So I'll pour another 15 ml. So I want to stop somewhere around 60. So the volume is now 62 centimeter cube, and the mass is 179.8 grams. So 179.8 grams. So pour out another approximately 15 ml And again, I want to stop somewhere around 75, but a little more, little less does not matter. So the volume now is 76 centimeter cube, 76 centimeter cube, and the mass is 194.2 grams. So next, I want to add another 15 ml. So I'll try to stop somewhere around 90. And the volume is 92 ml. And the mass is 210.2. So the volume is 92 ml and the mass is 210.2 grams. So what you can do now is draw a graph, and then the slope of the graph should give you the density, because the y-axis has mass on it, which is grams. The x-axis has volume, which is in centimeter cube. So the slope should be gram per centimeter cube, which is a unit for density. And then the intercept. So think about what the meaning of the intercept is. And then from there, try to figure out what is the physical significance of the y-intercept in this scenario. So hope that you can complete all your necessary lab report with this video.